Hello, friends. Here we are on the 15th of July, the final day for turning in work in this class. Technically, our class ends tomorrow, but as always, I need a little bit of time to actually grade the essay tests that you are probably madly finishing up now, right? In time to get your final grades in. Midnight tonight, Wednesday at midnight, is the very last time that you can turn in work in this class. Okay, so please make sure you have everything you intend to turn in by midnight tonight. It's been a pleasure spending the summer with you. This class is, as it's a survey class, it's like a little taste of a whole bunch of things in the field of women's studies. I want to encourage you, if you were excited by or interested in any of our topics, to pursue more classes in this field, particularly if you are moving on to university. Women's studies is a broad and fascinating, women and gender studies is a broad and fascinating field. And there's lots of interesting things to dig into. A lot of this class is sometimes a little bit of a bummer, right? Because we're looking at ways that the experience of women and non-binary folks have not had the same opportunities, right, as men have in the U.S. But I do feel like for myself, every time I read more in this area, it also gives me hope for what our future looks like, right? If you really enjoyed this class and you have any interest in taking more classes with me, I teach general anthropology in the fall, which is an online survey class also, and thus is structured a great deal like this one. It's a four fields approach to anthropology class. So we do a little archaeology, a little bioanth, a little cultural anth, which is my personal field, and a little linguistic anthropology. That class is in a regular 16-week class in our fall semester. And if you have an interest in taking a class in person with me in the spring, I usually teach cultural anthropology in person on our Pittsburgh campus. That class, we read a lot of interesting ethnography and talk about it. It's more of a seminar class. I really love both those classes, and I'd be delighted to see any of you again. In fact, there are folks in this class right now for women's studies who I had with me for general anthropology last year. So other than that, I hope the rest of your semester is amazing, all one day of it. For the one or two folks in here who I think are graduating at summer graduation, I'll see you then. I will be there back in my regular, not at home professional business drag situation. And for those of you that are continuing on, I hope that you continue to enjoy your time at CCCC. It was delightful getting to know all of you just a little bit. Should you need me for anything at all, just fire me off an email. While I am relatively offline for the last 2 weeks of July, starting August 1st, I'm back at my desk, and I'm really happy to help anytime. All right, have a great rest of your day. Thanks again.